There they are. Okay. Hi, hi, hi. Let's let everyone in from the waiting room. I am LA Marks, charmed, I'm sure. I doubt any of you don't know me yet, but I feel like there's always a new person. If you are the one new person this week, please shout yourself out in the chat and say hello. I'm always curious to see who is the new person, how you came across us. It's cool. Sometimes I get messages from you guys saying, oh, I got a new job and so I can't join the classes anymore. And I say, I don't believe in work, but good for you. And just kidding, I have to work too. Everyone has to work at some capacity. But then people will say, hey, I left that job and now I'm back and now I have that free time, or I changed my job, or I made it so I could have my little break at the right time so that I could join this group. So that is pretty cool. Lada, hello. Eric, hello. Maybe you are new, or maybe you're just mysteriously saying hello. Long-time listener, first-time caller, long-time viewer, first-time commenter. I am feeling very frazzled today. I don't know how you guys are feeling, but I was traveling all last weekend. If any of you happen to follow me on social media, you can always see my poetic adventures. I spent last weekend in the Marriott Hotel in Times Square, writing custom poems for guests at the hotel every day for like 4 days. And I lived in the hotel, and it was so fascinating. As an ex-New Yorker, to hang out in Times Square was like, cool. Oh, it is your first time, Eric. I knew there would be one newbie. Welcome. Welcome to the family. Big internet hug for you. So since you're new, since we do have a new person, let me just reiterate, we have a half an hour together. We feel our feelings, write our words. I give a different theme, a different series of prompts each time, which you are welcome to take or leave. Just mute me if you don't like what I'm saying. But I try to make everything pretty accessible. So I think you'll enjoy it. Give it a try. Resistance is a sign of your kind of, often it's like you're getting into something that's good. It's not that it's bad. It's like weightlifting or something. If it feels like a little bit of effort, keep going. If you feel excruciating pain, take a break. Okay, so without further ado, I said yesterday, I said last week, next week, we're going to talk about the ocean. So I did a little bit of research about the ocean, and let me tell you, is it big? So here's some cool quotes about the ocean. Anne Morrow Lindbergh, writer and wife of Charles Lindbergh, said, I feel we are all islands in a common sea. Beautiful. Unknown quote. I don't usually do unknown quotes because I think that's kind of annoying, but this one I like. We dream in colors borrowed from the sea. Unknown. And last one, this is like one of maybe the most famous quotes referring to the ocean or the sea. Homer from the Odyssey. And what if one of the gods does wreck me out on the wine dark sea? I have a heart that is inured to suffering, and I shall steel it to endure that too. For in my day, I have had many bitter and painful experiences in war and on the stormy seas. So let this new disaster come. It only makes one more. Anyone ever have a day like that? Poor Homer, or poor Odysseus. Okay, cool. So those are our quotes about the ocean. I hope we're feeling warmed up. And I just realized I don't know where my notebook is. So I'll have you do your warm up and I'll go find my notebook while you warm up. Because that's just the type of sacrifice I'm willing to make sure that you guys get a chance to write. This is kind of a joke, but also great. If any of you are familiar with kind of contemporary poetry, spoken word poets in particular, I wanted to include a poem by a poet named Ocean Vuong. They're a really famous, like a spoken word slam poet type person that is, and this specific link is to a poem of theirs that refers to the ocean. So it's pretty meta. Okay, warm up number one. I'm going to put 2 minutes on the clock. What does the ocean mean to you? seems really basic, but I wanted to give a little more explanation. Literally, sensorily, metaphorically, what does it represent in your lived experience? Think that over for 2 minutes while I go look for my notebook. All right, time is up. Now second warm up, and I'm like, oh, sorry. I am preparing to travel tomorrow and it is hectic. Second warm up, another kind of funny one. What do you think creatures of the sea think of us? Land animals. I feel like we're always contemplating the creatures of the sea from our perspective. I'm just flip it around. Just imagine you're an undersea creature. 2 minutes. Okay, time's up. I'm not going to distract too much with all the weird thoughts that just came to my mind contemplating this, but I hope some cool ideas came to your minds as well. I reshared all of the intro stuff in the chat, and now I'm going to open it up for our longer form writing prompt. And I mentioned to you guys last week that this was inspired from a UN World Oceans Day project where they are actually opening up to submissions to write about the ocean. So I shared the information about that prompt here, and I invite you to explore the specific nature of the prompt that they brought up because I think it's fascinating. They said, your submission should underscore humanity's inherent connection to the ocean. Okay, sure. And support a cultural shift in understanding that positions Earth as an ocean planet. So feel free to just expand upon what you already started working on or explore that idea. Earth is actually ocean. It's already 2:12 because of my lengthy intro. I apologize. So we've got 13 minutes so that we still have our nice little sharing at the end. Enjoy that prompt, and please feel free to follow that link if you would like to submit writing. And they particularly are interested in non-English pieces too. So if you, I know we have some German speakers, I know we have some speakers of other languages, feel free to submit in your original language. Enjoy. Okay. Today I wish we had double the amount of time. So 5 minutes left. I am just getting warmed up. So I'm definitely going to keep writing afterward, but I'd love to hear if anyone has a tidbit they'd like to share from this fascinating prompt. You can raise your Zoom emoji hand or your physical human hand if you're on video. Finley, go ahead.
When I came to Loch Nevis, I found a desolate church and a railway line running into the sea. There is no road to this place, and there are no people now. But once, in a photographic memory, many families lived and worked in this place. In the summers, 100 boats would moor after chasing the shoals of herring. Like Homer, they imagined an unharvestable sea, but they took too much.
No. I was going really sad too. I was thinking about this perspective of the animals of the ocean looking at us and seeing us for who we really are and wondering what the heck we're thinking up here. Anyone else? And yes, someone is saying, and Jen is asking for the prompts. I will reshare everything. I would love to hear anyone else. Oh, interesting. No one's talkative today. Maybe I'll share a little. I'll share. Like, come on, someone else wants to share. I think someone does. I can feel it. Jackie, yes, what lovely.
I was trying to leave space for other people because I always want to read. I found this topic super rich, and I feel like I'm going to write for hours about this. I'm not going to read everything I wrote, but my first line, I started with floating on my back in the vast ocean in kind of a literal sense. But I was torn between like floating on my back in a vast ocean of tears. And so I'm writing two poems that contain a lot of similarities. I guess I'll read just a couple sentences of the one. Floating on my back in a vast ocean of tears, in it but not with it, sensing the sea of grief and pain, a relief to know that I no longer need to get sucked deep into the depths anytime I become aware of it. There's lots more to come.
Wow, yeah. Oh, that's even got like a little element of kind of meditative self-awareness, like some real, that's gorgeous. I feel that. Anyone else? We have like 1 or 2 more minutes. Oh, I see a hand. Tracy, go ahead.
Hi there. Thanks. I've never done this before here. Okay. Land interrupts the flow, holds the ones who destroy us. We cover the deeps, flood the low plains places, drown every swamp of your overreach. We feel empty and alive all at once. Sometimes there is regret as much for what one keeps close as what's lost. We roil your excess, sunken ships and fought for treasures, plastic toys, water shoes, bottles, Capri Sun crinkles, and too much more. Did you know it ends up flowing back to you? Look at any shore. See the oil on edges, the sunlit, slick rainbows across the surface. Swallow it, gulp it, engulf it, our pulpit of churn and spit. Don't see us as exotics, but inherents. Learn that before you gave us names, we existed. You name us, then we fight to exist.
Oh. You came up with that in that 13 minutes? Okay.
Yeah, the ocean was a great topic. I agree with everyone else.
You know, we've been doing this for like 3 years and I can't believe I've never had ocean as the topic. Please, all of you, please consider submitting to the to this open submission with the Alphaz Collective. This is a good friend of mine that's running this whole program, and I told them they didn't have enough specifics on like what you get if you're chosen, but they're going to be adding more specifics about the actual how it will be published and where it will be used and what the kind of prize is for being selected there. So please submit these. These are incredible. We're at time. Sorry,
Can
what?
you share that link to Facebook?
Yes, I will put the link in the Facebook too. Absolutely.
Thank you.
Thank you for asking that. We're at time, but I'd love to let Frank go as well.
Thank you.
Hi.
I didn't get the full prompt, but I did have a go.
Perfect. No
This is
problem.
how it goes. Seen from far, it's blue, it's a dot, like Sagan says, but not a full stop. A powerful sentence beginning. That blue is sea and we swim in it. I, you, we, whales, orcas, crayfish, salmon, the humble tilapia. I, you, wade in it. Penguins, other four-footed animals on the Dweza coast. This is our world. More flow than wall, more give than fence, more poem than thesis, declaring its lines, footnotes, certainties. I once came to emergence. I nearly drowned, not finding my way. The waves found me, linking us in lines, in flows, in tapestries. My ocean with a few dry spots, my home.
Wow. You guys. Oh, I'm overwhelmed. I'm absolutely overwhelmed. Frank, I would love you to submit that too. I'm just going to reshare since I know you got kind of kicked out or had some connectivity issues, I'm just going to reshare all of the details in the chat one more time before we close for the day. Next week, I'm going to be traveling. I'm going to do my best to still make it, but it's possible that I won't be able to. So I'm going to update you guys in the Facebook group. And if I cannot make it, I will have a substitute. So, and they will not be on the wrong time zone. So I think I can make it. It should be okay. But if I can't, I will have a substitute for you all. So thank you. Wow. Thank you so much for that. My heart is full as the ocean. See you all soon.